29-year-old YouTuber, skydiver, and former certificated pilot Trevor Jacob signed a plea agreement that he will not oppose spending up to 2 years in federal prison for destroying and discarding the wreckage of his Taylorcraft BL-65, which he crashed intentionally to gain online attention and profit. Jacob agreed to plead guilty to 1 count of destruction and concealment with the intent to obstruct a federal investigation, a crime that carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison. The video, which garnered more than 3 million views, depicts Jacob bailing out of his 1940 Taylorcraft on November 24, 2021, after claiming to have just experienced an engine failure. The FAA revoked Jacob's pilot certificate in April 2022, while the federal criminal investigation was ongoing. 2 days after the incident on November 26, 2021, Jacob reported the accident to the NTSB. On or around the same day, the NTSB opened an investigation into the crash and told Jacob he was responsible for preserving the wreckage so the agency could examine it. Jacob also agreed to share the coordinates of the airplane's location and videos of the crash with NTSB investigators. 3 days later, the FAA launched its own investigation into the accident. According to the plea, in the weeks that followed, Jacob repeatedly lied to investigators about not knowing where the aircraft wreckage was located when, in fact, Jacob had hiked to the crash site after the incident and removed the video recordings of the flight and the crash. Then, on December 10, 2021, Jacob and a friend had the aircraft airlifted by helicopter to Rancho Sisquoc in Santa Barbara County, California. From there, the wrecked aircraft was placed onto a trailer that was attached to Jacob's vehicle and driven to Lompoc Airport, where it was unloaded into Jacob's hangar. Jacob took apart and destroyed the aircraft wreckage, depositing pieces into various trash receptacles at the airport and elsewhere, which he admits in the plea agreement that he did with the intent to obstruct federal authorities from investigating the crash. On December 23, 2021, Jacob uploaded "I Crashed My Airplane," the YouTube video that showed the flight, a supposed engine failure, and Jacob parachuting to safety as his airworthy, antique aircraft plummeted. The video was quickly investigated by internet sleuths, pilots, and aviation enthusiasts who commented that Jacob made no attempt to glide the aircraft to a safe landing spot, took his camera on a selfie stick with him as he exited the aircraft, was already wearing a parachute, and appeared to have what looked like a fire extinguisher in his pant leg. Prosecutors noted that Jacob also admitted to lying to federal investigators when he falsely indicated that the aircraft experienced a full loss of power approximately 35 minutes after takeoff. Jacob also lied to an FAA aviation safety inspector when he said the airplane's engine had quit, and because he could not identify any safe landing options, he had parachuted out of the plane. The plea agreement says that with his guilty plea, Jacob's sentence will be no more than 24 months,